Come to your forearms as you lie down on your belly, on your mat. Stack your wrists or your palms and just allow your chin or forehead to land on that pillow. And just begin to notice your breath. Start to feel the breath pulling deeply into the back side of the body. Feeling the ribs expand on your inhales and soften on your exhales. Just allow that breath to slowly draw you into yourself, really feeling the expansion of the inhales and the release on the exhales. Full deep inhales and full deep exhales. And take a few more rounds of breath just as you are. And taking your time to slide your hands underneath your shoulders. Press yourself back to child's pose. Bring your big toes to touch behind you, your knees to open wide, forehead maybe to the mat or onto your palms. Still feeling the breath. And just walk your hands over to the left and pull the right hip back, stretch and breathe into the right side. Walk your hands through center and over to the right. Breathe and stretch into the left side. Come on back to center. Take a breath or so. And just shift yourself forward through tabletop position into a modified plank pose. Feel your belly engage, puff up in between your shoulders. You can keep feet up or down. Lower down halfway or just a little bit. And then exhale, press back. Inhale, shift forward. Squeeze the elbows in, lower down a little or all the way. Press back up. Exhale, child. So just a couple more times. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, child. Allowing your breath to guide you. Last round. Settle back into your child's. You can stay here or bring your palms to press overhead. Bend your elbows, bring your thumbs behind your head, or even shift your hips forward over your knees and just let your chest melt down towards the mat. Releasing that, you can come through table, take some cats and cows, eventually making your way into that upside down V shape, downward facing dog, walking it out, fingers spread wide, hips reaching up and back. A few moments to feel this shape in your body. You can nod your head yes and no a few times. Bring your gaze forward. Just start to walk those feet gently up to your hands. Take a half lift when you get there. Hands can land anywhere. And exhale, fold in. Inhale, rise up, reach. Fingers, arms overhead, gaze up. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, reach up and back. And exhale, dive forward. Inhale. Exhale. And feel this flow, this movement with your breath. And coming into skier as you exhale, hips back, arms reach back, and then sweep your arms forward as you inhale. And just flow those arms forward and back, sinking deeper, you get further into the shape with your breath. And holding weight in the hips and the heels. Maybe you want to pick your heels up. Maybe you want to stay grounded. Just find the place where you can pause. Exhale, forward folds. Take a half lift, look forward. Exhale, bend your knees, plant your hands. Step yourself back to a plank pose. Stay here or take a vinyasa, squeezing the elbows in. Inhale, peel the chest up, strong legs. Exhale, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Sweep your right leg high as you inhale. Exhale, pull the knee to the chest. And then just sway the knee side to side a couple rounds, elbow to elbow, and then hold to the right. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, step it through. Stay high in those back toes. Reach your arms up overhead. Hands to heart. Inhale, straighten out your right knee. Exhale, bend back in. Tap the left knee down and straighten it out. Inhale, exhale, tap. Inhale and exhale. Find that with your breath. When you're ready, you can stay with hands at heart or reach arms overhead, powering through the back leg. Inhale, open up to a T. Take the left hand back, right arm up and back. Inhale to T, exhale, side angle. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, just flowing through those shapes. You can pause in your side angle, forearm to thigh, hand to floor, half a bind, a full bind. Powering through your legs, especially that back foot. Press the blade of the foot, the heel, lengthen. Try to sink and take the left shoulder back. Bring your hands down, just walk yourself into a wide-legged fold. Lift up halfway, right hand plants, left arm sweeps up, and once again, you could take that half bind, draping if you'd like. Hand down, walk yourself around to the back of the mat, step back to table, dog, or take your vinyasa. Slowly with your breath. And take your left leg high to the sky as you inhale. And you'll start to find that knee to chest cheetah. And then swaying the knee underneath the body, side to side. Pause with the knee to the left, elbow, tricep. Just an exhale there, and then inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, step it through, rise, crescent lunge. Rise through those strong legs, reach, and then hands to heart. And find that little bit of flow with breath. Inhale to straighten, exhale to bend and tap. Take a few rounds, and then you simply pause. An option to keep those hands at heart or take them overhead. Feel the shape in your body, and then open up warrior two. Take the right hand back, left arm up and back. Side angle. Just feel the control here, the strength of your legs, just simply moving through the torso, sweeping arms side to side. You pause in the next round, and you could stay with that forearm on the thigh, or you could drop the hand to the floor, maybe take the half bind. Making sure you're finding some strength, some energy through the back leg and taking the right shoulder back. Gaze forward or up, wherever feels good on your neck. Hands come down, just walk yourself to that wide-legged fold. Left hand plants as you inhale. Sweep the right arm up or drop it behind your back as you exhale into your twist. Right hand down, just fold, take a few breaths. Lifting up halfway, inhale. Exhale, walk yourself back to the top of the mat, stepping back to take a vinyasa, or again, table, dog, whatever it is that you need to pause. Shift yourself forward to plank pose, and then move to the right hand, right foot for side plank. You can drop the right knee down or bring the left foot across in front. You could take a tree or float the leg. You choose your version. You come through plank and just simply take it to the other side. So really powering down into the left hand. You can also drop forearm down, engaging the left side to lift the right. Plank pose, lowering down, all the way down to the belly. And come on up to your forearms. Kickstand the right underneath you. And you can roll towards the right side to grab the foot or stay with the hips grounded. The left hand back for foot. You might spin fingers same direction as toes. You might not. Trying to drop the left hip down. You can bring forehead to forearm as I just showed. Releasing that and just switching to the other side. So again, you can roll a little bit if that helps. You can even stay on the left side if that's just a better place for you to be. Mindfully releasing that, press up through a plank pose if you need, or table, downward facing dog. Need some movement there. You might need a vinyasa. Take the right leg high as you inhale. And slowly pull the knee into the chest for cheetah. And then sweep it back up, cross the right knee underneath the body for fallen triangle. Right hand stays down, left arm comes up. And you could float the right leg as well. Hand down, right leg back high. Inhale, exhale, step it through. Back heel dials down and rise up for warrior one. Inhale, reach your arms overhead or hands to heart. You may even want to bring your hands to your hips just to help encourage that right hip back and the left shoulder a little more forward. Still pressing through your left heel. And then you can return to arms overhead, palms facing one another or pressing. Just feel the feet grounded. Try to sink into that and then reach up. Breathing. And hands to heart. Let the left heel spin up. You can take the left elbow over the right thigh or drop the left hand to the floor. If the elbow's over thigh, bring your palms to press. And try to get your tricep outside of the knee, the thigh, and take your right shoulder back. If there's another hand, arm position you want, that's fine, but really bring out, take right shoulder back. Hands come down. Step that left foot up and over a little bit. Intense leg stretch. Feel free to lift and lower the back heel a few times. And just settle in for a few breaths, pulling the right hip back and up. Softening, melting over the right leg. If you need a bend in the knee, it's okay. Go ahead and look forward. Start to make your way into grounded warrior three, floating the left leg behind you, and then see if you could fly, arms out or hands to heart. Use that to help you rise up if you can without tapping the toes. See if you can grab onto that left knee or big toe, extend the leg. Taking the left leg out to the left, you can gaze to the right or keep your gaze forward. Come back to center as you inhale. And then just release the foot Hands are going to come down again. Try not to tap the toes. And take the left leg high, high, high to the sky. Standing splits. Try to fold into the right leg. Tuck the left knee behind the right. Squeeze in Kundalini descent. And inhale, extend, standing splits. And this time again, soften the right knee. And then you'll drop the left shin to the mat. Sit back to the inside of the foot. The right leg will be up and over. Sit up tall, inhale. You can wrap around or hook your elbow or take a bind. And if you lost that transition, just come to a seat. Take the right foot up and over and come into a seated twist. Rounding hips, tall spine. And unwind all the way around to the back of the mat. Make your way into down dog. Feel free to take a vinyasa. Find your table, your child's. Honor the energy of your body today. Take that on the left side, leading there. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze the knee into the nose. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, thread the knee underneath the body. Extend the leg. And then lift the right arm, maybe the left leg. Come on back up to that three-legged dog. Step the left foot as lightly as you can in between your hands. Right heel spins down. Feel the strength of the legs already grounded into the floor. Rise up, warrior one. Make any adjustments you need. And find the positioning that feels best in your body. Depth of the pose will just depend on where you are today. Find your shape. Place where you're working, but not so hard that you can't breathe evenly, smoothly. Hands to heart, right heel spins up. And again, you can drop the hand to the floor. You can take elbow, tricep over the thigh. Find that long spine inhale. And the back leg is super, super straight, pressing the heel back. Think crown and heel reaching away from one another. Hands come down. Adjust and fold. Shift yourself forward, grounded warrior three. Maybe hands off the mat if you can. And then rise. See if you can come up without tapping the toes. If you need to, it's okay. Grab the knee, the big toe, or whatever you can grab onto with the right leg. And stand up tall. You can open the leg after another breath or two to the right. And if you've got the knee, you'll open the knee. Back. Release the foot. See if again, without tapping the toes, fold over the left leg.
You must be simply awake and relaxed.
Energize the leg in the air. Fold over the left shin and then knee behind knee. Round down. Exhale. Inhale, standing splits.
All this implies yoga.
Bend the left knee, drop the right shin to the floor, sit back, sit up. Once you've found that seated twist, find the length, inhale, exhale, twist to the left. Any arms. Find the version that's best for you. If you can't find the bind, you can always just take the hand to the hip.
Here's what not to do. How not to do so. You have to let it happen. You have to let yourself wake up.
Unwind all the way back to the front.
Become
Down dog. Find what you need. Walk it out, vinyasa. Breathe, move. Let your breath guide you.
Always at every moment be aware of what you're doing.
Dropping down to your knees, cross your ankles. Float yourself into a boat pose. Bring your hands just behind your ears. Bend your elbows out and then tap right elbow to left knee, lowering the opposite leg. If this is too much, then just hold your boat. And try to tap knees and elbows. Release the arms, hands to heart, don't sink back. And then lower canoe. Feet wide and together a couple times, low back to the floor. Lift and lower, one leg and then the other, and rise back up to boat.
All this applies to yoga.
Feet down, hands behind you. Scooch hips to heels, lift your heart, squeeze those elbows in and back. Anywhere you want to go with your head here is great.
You can be alert.
Take your time to come forward, downward facing dog.
Become liberated. But all that will ever teach you is what not to do. How not to survive.
Take what you need, feel your breath.
Let it happen. You have to let yourself wake up.
The right leg high, inhale. Bend the knee, heel to glute, peak. If you want to flip, you can. Sweeping the leg up, step it forward, drop the left knee down. Come to palms or forearms on the inside of the right foot. Tuck your left toes under behind you, lift the knee up for lizard, or you can keep the knee down if the knee up is too much. Maybe you have a bind here. Maybe you want to fly. And then we'll release it, shift back for half splits, hip in line with knee, or slide the left knee forward and the right heel back. Important here to remember to pull your thigh bones into the hip socket. So you're actively pulling the legs into the hips, not just hanging out in your joint. You can also prop something underneath the right hip, but still stay active. Otherwise, hip in line with knee, or you could even sit back on your heel and just fold over the extended right leg. And you'll start to make your way into pigeon. Come into a lunge. Bring that right shin across the mat. If this pigeon isn't good for you, come to your back and create a figure 4. Right ankle crosses over left thigh. You can also be seated on the right hip and let the left knee bend out to the side. Just make sure you're honoring your knee. This particular version can put a bit of pressure on the knee. Be mindful. Listen to your body. It will tell you. Sitting down onto the right hip. Just swing the left leg up and over. If you can't keep the bottom knee bent, straighten it out. If you need to shift forward to adjust. And take your left arm from above, pat yourself on the back. Take the right up from underneath, and you might be able to clasp your fingers. If not, just press your hands into your back. You can lean forward with the arms or release them. Feel keeping the arms just a couple breaths. And letting go, folding a little deeper. Just noticing where you feel the sensation. Trying to soften around it, settle into it. Maybe even using your palms to help put just a little more weight into your hips. Deepening the stretch. Come up to your palms. Just turn yourself to the right. You'll unwind all the way around to the back of your mat. Downward facing dog, taking what you need there. Might be just a child's or a down dog or a table. Left leg lifts high. Bend the knee. Just let the heel drop to the glute. Knee stays up to the ceiling. Extending it out. Step it forward. Drop down to the right knee. Gently bring the palms and then forearms down towards the mat. Tuck your right toes under behind you if you want to add that active. The left hip tends to want to pull out here, so really try to pull it back and try to get the forearms down. Breathe into it. You can bring the knee down. And again, half splits or slide out. Remembering not to hang out in your joints. One side might be different from the other, that's okay. You can keep that hip in line with knee. You can also just sit back on your heel, fold over the leg. Finding your best hamstring stretch here. Forward, making your way into pigeon. So you might need to come with a lunge and then kind of heel toe the foot over. You might want to sit down on the hip. You might need to come to your back. Tuning into your breath and your body. Coming up to your palms, sit down on the left hip. If you're on your back, just sit up. Take the right leg up and over, or you can even find the shape on your back by crossing your thighs and reaching for your ankles. Take a moment to find those sits bones, the legs adjusted, and then the right arm from above and left from underneath if you're choosing to add the arms. Slowly, mindfully lean forward. If you need to adjust anything, adjust it. If you needed to release the arms, make sure you do. You just keep them for another breath or so and then eventually release them so that you can settle a little more into your hips. Breathe into sensation. Soften around it. Take a couple more breaths, just as you are. And then rise. Unwind to the left. Making your way into downward facing dog if you'd like. Maybe a vinyasa. Or maybe you just like to make your way to a seat. As you come into a seat, just slowly lower all the way down to your back. Take a bridge pose by planting the feet, lifting the hips, and then walk those shoulder blades together underneath you. Use your glutes to engage and lift, and the feet as well, pressing If you can't interlace your fingers, it's okay. Just bring the pinky sides of your hand to the mat. Feel the lift, the release of the fronts of the hips. Slowly lower down, soles of feet together, knees open wide. Reclined butterfly. Arms can stay beside you, or you might take them further up and away from the body. Just try to settle, soften. So you could stay just like this for quite a bit longer. As long, honestly, as you need, maybe even into your Shavasana. You're enjoying the space, the settling. If you want to come out, bring your knees together. If you need to use your hands, you can use your hands to bring them together. Maybe even hug them in a little bit. And be rounding forehead to knees. And you might choose to take a twist to each side. Maybe taking 5 or so breaths on one side and then just simply taking it to the other. And beginning to find any final movements it is that you need. Maybe you prefer a happy baby grabbing for feet, legs, and pulling knees down to armpits. Maybe you're ready for Shavasana. If you took that twist, you might choose to take it to the other side. Unwind yourself, maybe knees in, and eventually making your way into Shavasana, taking up space on your mat, extending legs, settling down into the floor, and feeling the earth coming up to support you. Softening your jaw, your shoulders, your belly, any place that you might still be holding on to some tension. You can stay in Shavasana as long as you need. Allow your body to take rest.